मत्स्थानीत्युपधारया सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकं कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादो विसृजाम्यहम् प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्रामम् इमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतिर्वशात् न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनावदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृति सूयते सचराचरम् हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते अवजानन्ति मां बुधा मनुष्यं तानुमाश्रितं परं भावमजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम् मोक्षाशा मुखकर्माणो मोगज्ञानाविचेतसा राक्षसीमसुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रिता महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिता भजन्त्यनन्यमनसो ज्ञात्वा भूतिम् अव्ययम् ततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्चादृडावृता हमस्यन्तश्च मम भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते ज्ञानयज्ञेन च ज्ञान्ये यजन्तो माम् उपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विशुद्धो मुखम् अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञ स्वदाहं हम औषधम् मन्त्रोऽहम् अहमेव ज्ञम् अहमग्निरहं हुतम् पिताहम् अस्य जगतो माता धाता पितामहः वेदं पवित्रमोङ्कार ऋक्सामयजुरेव च गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवासा शरणं सुहृत् प्रभवा प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् तपम्यहमहं वर्षं निगृह्णामुत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सरसश्चाहमर्जुन त्रैवेद्यमं सोमपाभूतपापा जग्नेरीश्वस्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नान्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान् ते तं भूत्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालम् शीन्ये पुण्ये मर्त्यलोकं विशन्ति एवं त्रयीधर्ममनुप्रपन्ना तथागतं कामकामा लभन्ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् ये कन्यदेवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विता ते नामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्य विधिपूर्वकम् अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानां भोक्ता च प्रभुरेव च न तु माम् अभिजानन्ति तद्विना तस्य भन्ति ते यान्ति देवव्रता देवान् पितॄन् यान्ति पृथिव्रता भूतानि यान्ति भूतेजा यान्ति मां याजिनोऽपि माम् पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्तिपरितम् अश्नामि पर्यथात्मनः यत्करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम् शुभशुभफलेरेवं Mokshase karma bandhanai, sannyasa yoga yuktatma, vimukto mam upaishyasi. Samoham sarva bhuteshu, nami dveshosti na priya, ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, maite teshu chapyaham. Abhichet sudaracharo, bhajate mam ananyapak, sadureva samantavya, samyak vyavasito hisa. Shripram bhavati dharmadma, shashvach chantim negashyati, kaunteya pratijanihi, name bhakta pranashyati. Mam hi partha vyapashritya, ye pisyu papayonaya, striyo vaishas tata shudras, te piyanti parangatim, kim punar brahmana punya, bhakta shayastata, anityam asukham lokam, imam prapya prajasvamam, manmana bhavamad bhakto, madhyaji mam namaskuru, mami vaishyasi yukvaivam, atmanam parayanaha. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yogashastra Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Rajakuhya Yogo Nama Navamodhyayaha Hari Om. Just a bit. Yeah, if you can hear that, it's too loud. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. I'm a little lost for words because it's a bittersweet evening. First of all, we don't have as much time as usual, but we did do our Chad. So whatever happens now, we paid our taxes. And expressing gratitude, I want to thank Vishnu Gadal Prabhu for coming. Just having you here has made all the difference for me. And thank you. All of you who did services during this yatra, I was joyful to see you doing service. It is the refuge of all of us when we're able to do something to help the devotees and to expand our services overall to Krishna. It's the only time that we're actually happy. And I'm deeply grateful to Shraddha and her whole team. I'm not going to name many names because then I start going down a road that has no end. But suffice it to say that it's a huge service to put on the ashra. There's so much going on behind the scenes. And those who helped with that are doing Herculean service, facilitating this for all the devotees. And we started in Jagannath Puri. Of course, it all starts at home when you have to make a decision that you're going to go on the yatra, and all of you did that at one time or another and blocked out the time. And Then, of course, there's all the travel, a word that comes from an ancient word, travail, which if you trace back a little further comes from a word that indicates an instrument of torture. But we're all travelers. Brahmanda Brahmati Kom Bhagavan Jeev. But we're all fortunate. We know where to travel to. And started in Puri, and we did go to Jagannath Puri, we did hear and chant there, we did visit various holy places, and now it can't be taken back. The damage is done. And we did what we did, and it's on our record, and that's it. And then we came here to Vrindavan, and we were able to stay nestled at the lotus feet of Giriraj. And I remember the first night just looking out and seeing the crimson sky and feeling very fortunate that Prabhupada gave us this opportunity to go from one dham to the next. And what a life. And then, of course, we have the services that we all love wherever we're going back to. And we can take this asset with us that we've gained. There are ways in which we don't know what we've gained yet. It's yet to be sorted out. Just as people who bumble through the material world have no idea how much damage they're doing to themselves and to others, we have a limited idea of how much we've gotten from coming here in a mood of service, and by the grace of Krishna, who's none different from the Dham, and all the living entities here, with the speak of the great Vaishnavas that we've met, and all the hearing and chanting we've done together, there's a very deep effect that will be there forever. It's an impression that you'll always have. And tomorrow, Nirkula and I are leaving at 4:30 a.m. We're going to Mayapur to do some work. We have duties to do there. And then we're going to go back to ISV. How about all of you? Some of you are staying in India to visit Mayapur, family, other holy places. We decided to stay for a while, or some of you are going home. Pretty much covered everything. We have a few minutes. Shraddha, shall we stick with our program and do 3 cards? And then we can take a few other reflections from others who'd like to share anything, any thoughts you have on the closing night while she's getting the cards. I'll just say that it's a good feeling, or it's good to feel that you wish it was going to go longer. It's better than the alternative. And when it ends and you leave and you go home, just be really good to yourselves. Take care physically. It's a challenging, I can take those, Shraddha. It's challenging physically just to do all this travel. What to speak of. Ha 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 ha. Let's see if we got a lucky winner here. Pardon me? Yeah, I don't know where she is. So I was just saying, take care of yourselves on the way as you're traveling, and when you get home, take a little time to decompress. Keep transcendental vibration going, and beware of the boomerang effect. Okay, so here we have from Narangi Devidasi.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Krishna.
This is from today's morning class. So you talked about identifying the correct tattva. And if we don't know the correct tattva, we make category mistakes. So I was looking for, and you mentioned 3 mistakes that we can make. One is thinking self to be body. Number 2, thinking of Lord as ordinary person, or thinking of Lord as an order supplier for us. Number 3, thinking of world or Maya as a place for our enjoyment. These are all incorrect understandings of the self, Lord, and world, but we can fix them with Bhagavad Gita's knowledge.
Now we have Bhakta Michael.
Haribo. I wanted to say thank you for the yatra and your Krishna Katha. When I fly back to New York, I'll remember Toda Gopinath and then books distribution.
Akshobhya Tirtha. He left the building. Akshobhya Tirtha. Bhakti Tulsi.
So I actually gave it a title. The title is "But Am I Doing My Part?" Question mark. Yesterday my japa beads broke and I was devastated. These are beads I was very attached to. But what I realized is that I was more upset by the fact that they broke because I was under the impression that those beads, which I just dipped in Radhakund, Vrindakund, etc., they just broke. That's what I was so attached to that fact. But what I realize is that while dipping them in such holy places is a very powerful thing, that alone won't make my chanting better. The only thing that will really, truly make my chanting better is when I am sincere and attentive with my chanting. I have to put in the effort, and then the mercy will come when I show that I am sincere.
Okay, this is too good. We're going to stay till 9. Rashmi already left. Huh? Rashmi Joshi. Hope Lakshmi doesn't leave us. Prabhupada said as long as you worship, when you worship Narayan, then Lakshmi's automatically there. Here we have somebody who uses blue ink. Who here uses blue ink? Exhibit A. Blue ink, anybody? Nope. Not signed. Oh, it's yours. Okay, I'm going to put this because I'm trying to get a little. A pratishta. Their doctor. Oh. We're definitely going to post all these, but okay. Here, Nirkula's supposed to do this anyway.
one day there was a cat in the building in Jagannath's temple. So we were trying to lure it out by putting milk and, well, roasted peanuts, but it kept going deeper in the hotel. Finally, it came out. So similarly, we thought that we are like the cat who goes deeper into the material world, and devotees and some people can help us push us out of it and go back home, back to Godhead.
I saw him luring the cat out too. I love the analogy. It's really nice. Nicely done. Hare Krishna. Keep writing. You got something there. Suryakund.
It's the same? You wrote only one, which you read earlier? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Mangala Bhakti?
Hare Krishna. They left. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I'm so grateful for being able to go on this yatra with you, Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma. And it had been my desire to go on yatra for a very long time. And although I'd been to Puri and some other places, I remember Shraddha Mataji saying to me once, it's one thing to go to a holy dham by yourself, but a whole another thing to go with your Guru. And that couldn't be any more true. All the devotees also have been so kind to me. Priyanka Mataji and Prema Kishori Mataji just taking such good care of me. It has been a wonderful, wonderful experience that I will remember forever. Thank you.
Vishaka?
Hare Krishna. So I realized that doing book distribution in Vrindavan is different from what is done at Mysore. At Mysore we have to speak so much, but in Vrindavan we don't need to talk, and some people even ask for the books. So I thought that this is the magic of Vrindavan, that you can do book distribution very easily here. So that's
Arjun?
I wrote this on Nityanand Trayodashi, and it's my favorite festival of the year, so I couldn't think of a better way to spend it than in the Sangha and in the Dham. So I said, today was filled with discussion about joy in bhakti, Nitai being eternally joyful, Krishna's appetite to enjoy being infinite, and ending the day reading from Bhagavad Gita 9.2 about how every step of devotional service is joyful.
Mukharvinda?
Hare Krishna. before I start, but I just wanted to recollect this. This was our 10th anniversary of Mahaprabhu coming to it with us in the Yatra. 10 years back, this is like a decade for us having the 10th.
Really? 10
Yeah,
years?
10th year.
Amazing.
And also it was 10th year of our Puri Yatra. In that
10th year of the Puri Yatra?
Yeah, 10 years back we started and 12 years for ISV Yatra. So 12 years.
Goodness gracious. How time flies. Amazing.
So this one was I wrote just there are so many reflections, but one I wanted to share about spontaneous devotional service. And that came from the sincerity that Bhagavad Gita 10.10 we read. And then Prabhupada says that how Lord from within inspire, we have to be sincere. And the one thing I wanted to appreciate the audio crew, the all live broadcasted, Vijay Govind Prabhu, Bhakti Chirag, Praveen Prabhu, Shobhya Tirth Prabhu, they jumped in. I remember it was just a 2 days notice, and then they jumped into the service and then did make everything to make the first class audio experience for us. I was thinking that there's so much claim about spontaneous devotional service, but we can see that spontaneous devotional service in front of us, and I was appreciating that mood that all these devotees expressed to get this audio things up. And also, there are many devotees I got inspired. One was Mantrin Leela Mataji and Bhakt Chukuch Venu Prabhu. I don't know, like many devotees know that they were used to awake till 11 p.m. to sort out that all the books count, Lakshmi count, everything. There's so much goes behind the scene of getting the books from this, that, and sacrificing that behind the scene is deeply touching, heart-touching. And also the one was Bhagavad Seva Prabhu. We are missing him today here. Such a gentleman, and he's a gentleman person. I think Sadhamaji also mentioned he likes to hear so much your classes and all, but he did whatever is necessary to get our yatra going on. And we are so happy that His Holiness Satyadev Maharaj gave us his association in the yatra. So I will, and also I'm so deeply touched by presence of His Grace Vishnu Gada Prabhu, his humility, and as soon as he start that, and he will tell, thank you, Vaisheshika Prabhu, I'll say that will kind of etched in my heart, like he comes from his heart. Whenever you ask him to speak, he'll say that one sentence, and I think that's enough for Hare Krishna.
Bhaktin Vasuprada. There you
are. And this was what I wrote, what I thought about when we were sitting in Tirkadamba. Gurudeva, you spoke about the nature of the soul with that context and here and now. What is it, Gurudeva? When I come to the Dham, my tears won't stop flowing. Chills go on eternally, hairs stand. Is it that souls, in this soul's sojourn, it finds a pit stop to refuel? You mentioned, Chitkana, that we are the particle of consciousness, Krishna himself. Is it that me, that teeny weeny particle, realizing the wholeness? What is it, Gurudeva? I am that log floating on waters from time immemorial. Is it that when I come here, I see a glimpse of my shore, the shore? What is it, Gurudeva? I see devotees are a million times more caring and loving, not that they aren't before, but this sense of heightened emotions, everything looks amplified, feels amplified. So what is it, Gurudeva? You sang, Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakure. I've sung this with you many a times, but now it is sounding sweeter than the sweetest Misty Doi. So what is it, Gurudeva?
Dear Vaishika Prabhu and dear Kula Mataji, this is my first ever yatra with you. One of the highlights was Ramanriti. Seeing people happily eating lollipops and taking books, dancing, I was so inspired that this could happen at Santa Cruz, and I wrote this to you. Happy to be part by Kunjari.
Thank you. Could you hear?
Hare Krishna. Dear Vaisheshika Prabhu, thank you for being a source of transcendental energy in the world. Your moon-like presence provides freedom from anarthas in the heart and gives a taste of spiritual bliss and freedom. Within one day of attending the yatra, I could feel a load of burden that has accumulated in the heart got lifted, and that was really magical. Like within one day, I could feel that. And thanks for your powerful kirtan and deep lectures, which provide a cool breeze, which makes good fortune enter into our lives. Thank you. And I just wrote a couple of lines, just which is, Vaisheshika Prabhu, thank you and a lot of gratitude. Attending your programs quickly starts purifying the attitude. This world is typically full of problems and anxiety. By getting your association, high starts becoming our altitude. You have been guiding the process of Krishna consciousness. You are an expert at Shastra, Kirtan and chanting mindfulness. Even love matra, sadhu sangha gives a lot of love. Unmitigated becomes our happiness. So thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to visit the Dham finally after having the desire years ago. Thank you, Maharaj, for always encouraging me to keep my desires. Burning like fire. You sang Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajan that made me think deeply about how there's nothing to be had in all the three worlds than the holy name. Thank you.
Okay, that's it.
I thought it'd be nice if we could convince Vishnu Gada Prabhu to say a few words, since
Thank you, Vaisheshik Prabhu. That works out. I'm still remembering, I kind of go slow in my mind, but we were back at Puri and the waves were coming in the ocean in the morning, and you were asking for reflections at that time, and I started to develop some things, but I just couldn't get it completed, and I was just thinking, as you know, we all know that Srimad Bhagavatam describes the incarnations as coming like waves, one after another, they're coming. And that is to think, well, is it the incarnations that's the wave, or is it like all the devotees that come along with the incarnation? Do they make part of the wave? What do you think? I couldn't come to a conclusion about that. I thought maybe. maybe. And then I thought, well, Lord Chaitanya's wave was like a tidal wave, a gigantic tsunami that came. That he says in Chaitanya Charita to flood all the, even the students and the Mayavadis and all. And I thought, well, is Srila Prabhupada's wave, the ISKCON wave, is that part of Lord Chaitanya's wave or is it another wave? You follow? Because, we could consider Srila Prabhupada as a Shakti Avesh avatar, anybody who's empowered to spread Krishna consciousness like that, And then I thought, well, there's another wave here happening here today, there's another wave. And that's this. That's you all, headed by Vaisheshik Prabhu. And is that a sub-wave of Srila Prabhupada or is that another wave? And I still haven't figured it out, but it's certainly there. And I was just so happy that, I'm grateful to Lord Chaitanya, to Srila Prabhupada, to Vaisheshik Prabhu, to Mother Nirakula, to Shraddha Devi, and all of you for your warm and inspiring and refreshing association and allowing me to participate in this yatra. It's a wonderful experience. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
The offering sort of climactic, so maybe a couple more, and then we'll do that. I guess I'm just attached because it's so nice and I don't want to let go. We can do the book totals. Does anybody else have a reflection they want to make? Yes. We'll do a few more.
Dandavats Maharaj, my main takeaway from this yatra, we always come yatra to motivate ourselves, and as we have been telling that in Mysore we are longing for association of devotees, and that's why we don't want to miss the yatra and make the best out of it. So the main takeaway from this week for me is that Radha Krishna Leelas, they are very sweet and relishable, but still many points they are not easy to understand. Very difficult to, why they behaved like this, or why this happened, why should this incident should take place in this way. So many things are there which we are not able to explain properly or understand properly. So I was always wondering that Krishna's pastimes are very cryptic or enigmatic or very difficult to understand. But on the very first day, you gave us the formula that I wrote this line: to the degree we surrender to Lord Chaitanya's and we serve our Guru Parampara, to that degree we become qualified to understand the Leela. So yes, instead of trying to understand the Leelas with our own brain power, I think we should put more and more energy to give our service to the Guru Parampara and the Goswamis, because these Goswamis are none other than the gopis themselves, and they are the highest authority to understand Radha Krishna Leelas. So yes, that is my main takeaway, Maharaj. Thank you.
Fantastic. Oh, okay. One more, and then you'll be the last one, I think. So we have to do the book scores.
I had a great time on the yatra this time. My favorite part was definitely the book distribution, especially at Raman Reti. It was nice seeing everyone taking the books and seeing how they would respond. I hope I can come next time for both of parts of the yatra. Hare Krishna.
Me too.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you. I was just here yesterday, like I just came yesterday, but I had just 2 points. Yes, one is it doesn't get any better than this, and Datadi Patignati.
Okay, Chair, really the last one.
I was just reflecting the other day that whether it be the most mundane place on this planet or anywhere that is dominated by varying modes of material nature, or whether it be the most celebrated places of pilgrimage, all of these are empty if there's like a lack of relationship, lack of people present there. So I'm just grateful to all of you, Vaishnavas, that I got the opportunity to associate with you and hopefully in some level serve all of you, because wherever all of you go, those are the places of pilgrimage.
Right. I keep saying last one. Okay. What? Everyone's got their hands up. See, the thing is, we got home. I want to remind you, I think we got home at 5 or something. So I don't know if you want to stay up really late or. Anyway, okay. Mukhodavind? Yes. Vishwagada, please.
I just forgot there was one devotee in Philadelphia who texted me that her brother passed away.
Yes.
So in your final prayer, if we could just recognize that person, Jeffrey Parker.
Jeffrey Parker.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah. You know, at some point we have to stop, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, thank you. And thank you to all the devotees here. Also want to thank all the senior devotees who have prayed for us so that we can be here today. And it's I just feel that's somehow Krishna's arrangement. Thank you to everyone. I feel that we have been able to get in touch with you and all the devotees and the ISP family also, because they all make us feel like family. And not just ISP family, but all the devotees here, they all have shown so much love and care that it just feels like a wonderful family Prabhupada has created for us, where we can be a part of and feel at home. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Virahaba. Okay, there's 2 in the back. Pass the microphone back.
Yeah, it's going to be very quick. Thank you, Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma. We really love coming to the yatra, and we love meeting to our God siblings. You know, a lot of them we don't know, but this is the time when we love to know them. Though we missed 80% of the yatra, we were there only for 2 days, but we felt really happy that we came. We did not miss it, and we always think that you come from US 3 times in a year. What stops us to come here? At least come from Pune. So thank you for coming and organizing this. Hari Bol.
This is our commute.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
So ever since I stepped my foot on Puri when the yatra started, up until yesterday, it hadn't dawned on me that today was the last day. I hadn't looked at dates or the time. Everything was just flowing. Wake up, there's, the entire day is decided for you, and it's all Krishna Katha, food, and, laughing, dancing, stuff like that. And then yesterday, it started dawning on me that tomorrow's the last day, and I just felt so sad. I started crying, and then yesterday at Imli Thal, when you were telling how Mahaprabhu sat at the tree and he was remembering the pastimes that when Krishna sat there and he turned golden. And you said it's so practical because we can just sit and do a japa, and you can access that highest thing that nobody can even think of. And it reminded me that a few years back, when I just started in Krishna consciousness and I was reading Bhagavatam, I came across the point where Krishna calls the gopis in the middle of the night, and they all come leaving everything behind, risking everything, right? That none of us, at least I wouldn't do. And when they're there, and he's just like, "Why are you here?" And then I'm like, at that point, I was like, do these gopis have no self-respect? Like, why are they still talking to this guy? Like, And I could never understand that kind of love. It was beyond my scope of understanding. And today, when I hear these things, somehow I understand them and I yearn to listen more. I yearn to know more. I yearn to feel it for myself, to experience it myself one day. And I was just reflecting, how did I come from that point to this point? And then it dawned on me that it was Srila Prabhupada who opened the dham, and his disciples were protecting us and letting us flow through them, and letting us see and experience these things which so many can't. Like, I wouldn't be able to if it hadn't been your mercy all these years for that transformation to take place, for me to understand this the way I do today. So thank you so much to Gurudev, Guru Ma, Srila Prabhupada, Vishnugada Prabhu. It's just, I don't know. This is mercy. There's nothing more I can say. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. Mikala wants me to share this with you. So when we were coming back, and the massive amount of traffic, and just all kinds of buses, cars, motorcycles, totos, whatever. And I just looked forward and I said, didn't Krishna have like 100,000 cows? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I think that's how many cows are here. And they're all just making different moves. And I just appreciated the traffic thinking like that. And then another thing that made me appreciate the traffic is Mekhala just figured out how to do book distribution while we were stuck, like only inching along like this. And I was making up her lollipop and sticker package, and I'm just giving her like this, and she's like this, and she was just distributing books out the window.
Out the window.
Oh yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
So Maharaj, we have a new term. We used to do door to door. Now we are doing bus to bus.
Today, when we got to the Ramanreti, we got there just as they were slamming the door and risking another article in the paper about stampedes. We sallied forth inside. And when we came back out, when we got in there, also the darshan was closed. By the time we got to the deities, they closed the door, the curtains about 3 minutes early. But then we started a kirtan inside, and it was just Sudhira and myself, and then other devotees that were there. Rashmi and her husband jumped in, and then more and more people came, and all they had was a tambourine and the speaker. And I was thinking, although the deities had closed, and we got at the last minute, and we were late, so that didn't matter, because you can chant Hare Krishna anywhere. And when you start chanting Hare Krishna, especially in the Dham and in these holy places, people just go nuts. because their hearts are so open. And then when we got outside, just doing the mantra, I was amazed. Tulsi is such a powerhouse. She could keep up with the mridanga. We started just almost a cappella. We only had the tambourine, and then just doing the simple mantra over and over again, I could see how joyful people were getting. And that kind of simple over and over in a crowd like that, it reminded me of the kind of energy you hear from Prabhupada in the early days, when there's no calculation of tune or anything like that. It's just the mantra, just a straight mantra. But what fuels it is the people. When they hear it and they come alive, and some of them go nuts. And it's not that they're just playing around. They really like it. They're so open for it. And it's an exhilarating, unforgettable experience just standing outside. And the overarching feeling was that, hey, this is the Sankirtan movement. And you can do this everywhere with the mantra and book distribution, little prasadam distribution. You got yourself an instant festival. And it was probably the best part of most people's day, because they'll come out and they just were mesmerized by the whole thing. And then the other aspect of it was that every rickshaw going by, you could see a stick hanging out of there. And then they got their hands on the steering wheel, but they also have a sticker and a book. And on the buses too, you could see going by mall lollipops. And it was just a very satisfying feeling to be well equipped, to be able to, in any circumstance, just open fire, and everyone gets hit. And it's so satisfying to do the Yuga Dharma just flat out. And doing it here in the Dham gives a special boost, so that when we go back and the energy's a little heavier in some places, that we remember, what the reality is. When people's hearts are open more, they're more spiritual, then it's the immediate conflagration. It's like throwing a match into a kerosene-soaked house. And other places too, they just need to dry out a little bit, and they'll also conflagrate. And that's what Prabhupada knew when he came. So the combined effort of everybody and the result was fantastic. And now we're going to hear our offering to Srila Prabhupada. Who's reading the offering? Chukujavenu. Here he is. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, everybody. So I would like to make an offering to Srila Prabhupada. First of all, we'll start with the Vrindavan phase, the dear Srila Prabhupada. So during our Vrindavan phase of the Yatra, we have, if I could have the Viranga roll, please. We have distributed 1,670 Hindi books. 204 English books. 57 Bangla books. So total 1,931 books. And that's also we collected total Lakshmi of 34,119. And some more. So during this phase, our highlight was our airport travel, which during our airport from Puri to Govardhan, we distributed 65 Hindi, 65 English books, and total books of 130, as well as one prayer book. And one Srimad Bhagavatam set, which Malini supposed to perform. But the big figure is we collected Lakshmi of 12,948 rupees. So I think we will learn the lesson from that, and I think going forward from next year we will take more books to the airport because we found there was a huge opportunity. It's just we just need to be logistically, we need to somehow get 400, 500, 600 books to the airport. So if everybody cooperate, then I'm sure we can do more. So and Guru Maharaj, during this yatra, obviously 120 devotees participated. And during the whole yatra, we also, if I give you the total scores, now the total scores for the whole yatra for Puri and Vrindavan, we distributed 2,088 Hindi books, 1,577 Oriya books, 473 Bangla books, 270 English books. That's total of 4,522 books. And this has been a really good yatra in terms of Lakshmi we collected. So we collected total Lakshmi of 88,357 rupees. And also, by the way, we also distributed 3,500 stickers and 4,000 dum-dum lollipops. So yeah, and I would like to thank you, Guru Maharaj, for empowering us and encouraging us for this service. And I'm really not qualified enough, but somehow you are giving me opportunity, and I really thank you for Parama Brahat. Thank you very much. And this service wouldn't have been possible without the support of Vijay Govind Prabhu. Also, Vaishnav Toshni Prabhu. Also Adinath Krishna Prabhu. Mantrini Leela. Also our guide Malini Mataji, because she's such a full of energy. It's encouraging me, empowering me just to keep carrying on and just keep going ahead. So, and thank you everybody to personally participating in the service. And we have some more Lakshmi which we'll add it to the list. Plus 340 rupees to that total. Yeah. So that's all for me. Oh yes, yeah, and also Shraddha Mataji as well. Sorry, I forgot. For organizing this whole service, as well as Chakodala Prabhu, who organized the books, and logistically he got some books to Puri as well as to Delhi, to here as well. So thank you everybody. Yeah.
Could you say his name again? Jeffrey Clark. Okay. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panch Tattva, Shri Shri Tota Gopinath, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Jeffrey Parker. If you so desire, please give shelter to Jeffrey Parker, who suddenly passed away today, unexpectedly, and because Vishnu Gada Prabhu is remembering him and is his well-wisher, we pray that you may give him shelter at your lotus feet and engage him in your service eternally. And please protect the hearts and minds of his family members. Please also protect all the yatris who came for this magnificent service to the Dham, distributing books, transcendental prashadam, the holy names, and working together to do padayatra, to do padasevanam, to go all the holy places, to put our heads on the ground where great saints have walked, where the incarnations of the Lord have sat and discussed the highest topics in the universe and beyond. And please give us the wherewithal that we may always have a vital interest in hearing everything about your transcendental activities. Please bring us back again and again to the Holy Dham, and please let us bring tenfold new people to come and experience the bliss of Vaishnava association and distributing books in the Holy Dham. Thank you for considering our request, and please comport everyone back to their homes the way you comported the devotees from Mathura to Dwarka in the middle of the night without them knowing what happened. Thank you for considering our multiple requests. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. What did we win?
So I'd like to thank you, Guru Maharaj, and thank Nirajla Mataji as well as Vishnu Gada Prabhu for guiding us throughout this yatra. Let's give a big round of applause.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, dear devotees, for your enthusiastic participation, for jumping in and helping out. And I kind of follow Guru Maharaj in not calling out names because of the fear that I might miss out on one. But there's, you have seen, you have witnessed devotees working. But one name I'd like to call out, and that is Nitya Vilasini Mataji from North Carolina. She had been helping me with all the administrative work as I was planning. She couldn't join the Yatra. She's been working behind the scenes. Most of you didn't even notice. But she was the one adding you to WhatsApp groups, adding you to the Google groups and making me contacts for, those the names that you gave me as backups if you fall sick, all those were documented by her. So let's give a round of applause to Nitya Vilasini. And like I mentioned earlier, that in Puri, and again, and do that in every yatra, is that every effort, every work that we do, Krishna says that wherever there is fire, there is some smoke. And so while I do this service, there are mistakes that I make, and so please forgive me if I came across as wrong or rude or not helpful. Especially I felt so bad last night when people were saying, "Can the bus come at 9:30?" I was like, "No." And then one last thing is that as we had spent time building this up, now we have to, bring it down. It's always with a heavy heart we do that. There's a small quiz that's coming up, and that is that how many things do you think we need to do to unwind this room? No, you have to be specific. I don't know, name them. The posters, the lights, table covers, chairs, mattresses, books, microphone system, broadcasting system. How many pair of hands do you think are needed to pack all of them? All right. I'm looking for all hands on the deck today, right? So even if you spend like 15 minutes before you go for prasadam, that'll help us a lot. Even if, somebody just helps in bringing down the posters, somebody helps in rolling them up, we all can do it together. Okay? Then thank you so much, and we'll see you again next year at the Yatra.
Panchakalpavrushcha kripasinubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha nanta koti vaishnavini ki jai.